Welcome to the Neon Nightcast podcast. It is I, Michael Thrax, and tonight I am joined with Garrett Zagri and Eric the Dr. Soybean.
Thanks, or as I like to call you, the Richard Christie to my Salvatore Governale.
So it's been a while, boys, right? It's been a few weeks, but we got a pretty spicy topic. We're gonna talk about some things that
Not that spicy.
literally just happened. It's pretty spicy, Garrett.
Not that spicy.
If you were into the topic, you'd think it'd be pretty spicy.
So, okay, it's a spicy to 150 people. Sorry.
If only you knew the backstory and the history of that man. Anyways, we're going to talk about speedrunning video games, because I don't know what else you could speedrun.
Yeah, a good point.
So I guess I'll start it off by asking,
Jesus.
have you guys ever dwelled into speedrunning?
Delved into speedrunning?
Dwelled.
Is that what you meant? No, you meant to say delved.
Dwelled.
No, dwelled.
Have you guys
Like-
ever gotten into any speedrunning?
I watch the occasional adgq when it's on, but otherwise, no.
You've never played a game?
I've never tried to speedrun a game. It doesn't seem that much like any fun to me at all.
Okay.
I'm kind of similar. I've watched it occasionally. I can't say I've ever tried. I mean, I've tried to. There are certain games that I've played a lot. Battletoads Double Dragon comes to mind, where I've tried to play it as fast as I possibly can, but I've never sat down and actually thought okay, I'm gonna make this into a speed run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to do an actual speed run, you have to literally count the fucking milliseconds. So I just don't have the desire to do that.
Wow, there's technology and stuff to do that for you. I personally played a lot of Mega Man X3 on the Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, Super Mario World, and before there was wall clipping, I was really into the original BioShock. Just kind of playing it as fast as possible.
How much fun is that? Just looking for exploits where you can, look, I can go through this wall and get to the boss, or go through, skip part of the story because I can do this.
See, so a lot of the games that I played, all the ones on the Super Nintendo, that really aren't major skips. The one I played the most was Mega Man X3, and there's no skips. There's no skipping anything. Right, you have to beat all the levels, and then you have
right. That's a little different, just playing the game as fast as you can, as opposed to looking for exploits and shit.
And so that's how I played BioShock. I would just go through the story and stuff, and then people started discovering jumping on boxes and clipping through walls and stuff, and I was like, that's not for me. But now that's why things have been kind of broken down into glitchless runs, any percent runs, and I guess that kind of leads into the next topic. And Garrett already mentioned adgq. Let's talk about adgq. What do we think about adgq, boys?
We should say what adgq is.
adgq is awesome games done quick, or summer games done quick. It is a twice yearly event held somewhere that broadcasts over Twitch. They get money for charity from donations, and it's just a whole bunch of speedrunners coming together to run games for the internet.
Come together right now.
I mean, adgq I think is a great thing because it's like that one charity Second Life.
Yeah.
Where it's just gamers raising money to help. I think it's mostly just for cancer treatment, and
one of them's
I think most of it
cancer.
goes through Cancer Foundation.
One of them's
Prevent
cancer, and the other one is Doctors Without Borders.
Okay, yeah. So two the best charities you could ever
for.
donate to.
Yeah.
So I think what they do is, something to be admired, but I don't know. I don't like watching it particularly. Is the only thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of as it gets more and more popular, there's more and more like drama, I guess you would call it. Like there are people being banned from it, banned from doing runs. Uh,
Yeah.
and they were like crowd favorites, but because they swore or they had like a weird personality, they're not allowed back. And
Yeah, it's yet another example of how like anything once it gets too many people involved in it will always collapse because you'll always find shitheads who have to control everything, and then this person doesn't like that person, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll watch a video if I really like the game that's being played. Otherwise, I don't bother with it. Also, there's some legendary cringe moments spawned by ADGQ. Probably my favorite one ever is when a girl is sitting down next to a guy and she gets up to leave, and the guy, I guess not being aware that he's on camera, immediately drops to his knees and starts inhaling the seat where she was just sitting.
yeah, that one's really
What the
odd.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like some people are just so weird. Unfortunately, like
And that's
they're all gamers because
Yeah.
they're like socially I can't think of the
shut-ins.
word now. Yeah, like social
Awkward.
shut-ins. Yeah, socially
And listen-
awkward.
And like, if you're
Ah,
listening to this
so
and
sad.
you think that's you, it's like, listen, like the three of us, man, we have a lot of nerdy interests, and we crack a lot of jokes that are kind of like in that vein. But you would never catch any one of the three of us sniffing a fucking chick's seat, and you would never catch any one of the three of us donating thousands of dollars to some chick playing games, not because you like the games, but just because you think she's cute. You know what I mean? Like, guys, just stop it. Like, have some fucking dignity, for Christ's sake.
I mean, I agree with Eric, and
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just weird, man. Like, I feel like some people are just so desperate they'll do anything to even like. But like, what's the point of sniffing that girl's chair? It's like, I'm gonna smell her ass, or I'm gonna smell her
Well,
pussy.
Unless
It's
she
like,
was
what the
wearing
fuck?
unless she was wearing like a lot of perfume or something, like she's not really gonna leave that big of a smell.
Exactly. So like,
Yeah.
what's the fucking point?
He must have known he was on fucking camera. Like,
You think maybe he was hamming it up?
yeah. So
I don't know
love
about that.
I love that hamming it up phrase you guys use all the time.
anyways,
We're just hamming it up.
recently I watched a video where a guy he had a bunch of speedrunners that were no longer allowed to go to ADGQ, and he was interviewing some, and one guy basically got banned, I think, because he swore a couple times, and he made a joke to like some airplane line, and instantly like ADGQ tweeted them and apologized for it, and like the airline was like,
Why would
"What?"
we care?
Yeah, like what even happened? Another guy said that, I forget the other stuff they said, but they claim that he unplugged a power cord, and that's why he was banned.
Someone was gonna beat his records. He's like, no, I must stop them.
I don't know.
Yeah, did it like ruin somebody's run or something, or?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
See, that one I'm more lenient of because
And-
like I don't know the effects of him pulling out the power plug. So
Well, apparently
that
he
one I'm
didn't
alright
even
with.
do it, but
Well, you didn't add that to the story, so
I said
how am I
that's what they
supposed to know?
said.
How am I supposed to know, Michael?
I don't know.
I'm not in this world.
Anyways, and the one thing about the video too was he interviewed a transgendered speedrunner, and there is a transgendered person that runs ADGQ, and they are of the social justice warrior type, and this person being interviewed is not. And basically she said, "Oh, I'm not allowed back because I'm not like them." And this
So wait a minute, they banned a trans person because they didn't think like they did?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I think there's like a mini event where
I think we're oversimplifying it. Uh,
that's
Like,
basically that's how
I don't.
she broke it down, that they didn't get along anymore, and that because she didn't conform into her this person that runs it, her kind of mental state, uh, she was no longer allowed back.
All right. Well, until I read the actual story, I'm skeptical if that's the only
Yeah.
reason.
No, that's the thing, is like this video, these interviews are very one sided, right? It's not.
Well, any interview is,
Yeah.
but
And
well, most. But
I think there is a mini event held yearly for trans speedrunners, which is cool, but why not just have them in the main ones?
I guess, but
I think there has been a few in the main ones, now that I think about it. So I don't know. ADGQ, it's a thing that I really do enjoy, but I find myself enjoying it less and less every year because I find that the speed runners are just stale people, and that I guess they're running out of games, because I don't want to watch someone speedrun Pac-Man World 2. That's just
See,
me.
I remember most recently when it was on, I watched Kingdom Hearts. I think it's Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
And it was like they predicted it to be like an 8-hour speed run.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not sitting through this. I'll watch like maybe 30 minutes and I'm
Yeah.
good.
The max one I'll watch, I think, typically is 4 hours. That's the last speed run I watched.
That's too much. Too long.
It is. It's a very long time. But you know what? This kind of leads into the next segment, though. I think we're done talking about ADGQ. There was someone who I think did speedrun to ADGQ, and he was a Yoshi's Island speedrunner, and he held the record for the world record of speedrunning it, and it just came out that he's cheating. And in this video that he streamed over Twitch, he even had a hand camera, and that's how they found out, because they frame by frame looked at his finger movements, and it's like he's holding right, but on the game, like Yoshi's sliding left. And then
So what did he do to make a
imitated.
speed run? Was it just like a bot running it or what?
Yeah, he previously did a task run with slight errors, slight mistakes.
to make
And
it
then-
look real.
Yeah. And that was the world record for a long time. But because a lot of people are getting caught, and we're finding out that like a lot of these videos are just faked videos, people went back and looked at it and they're like, oh, this guy's full of shit. So the story behind this kid is apparently he started to get into it, and he faked all these runs because he just wanted to hang out with the group of guys that do speed run Yoshi's Island. And so I watched this event that he did where it was kind of like a race, but like they each took turns. And getting into the run, this kid is like, guys, get ready for this. This is going to be a world record event. This is going to be a world record run. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Turns out that run that he did was a world record event, and he was doing some pretty crazy, like, ballsy moves that would only, like, tassers be able to do. It would be impossible to kind of explain what he did without showing, so I won't get into it. But, like, the fucking balls on this kid to go into, like an event for charity. You're all speedrunning this game, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a world record. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And then he does. He just talks so much shit, and I'm glad he got caught, because that's just, it's crazy. Like, why? So you can hang out with, like, 5 guys on a Discord?
Yeah, like what? I mean, but what else did he have going on? Like he had time to cheat, so why not? I see it as a why not to both sides. Like
Yeah.
why not cheat? But then why cheat to begin with?
Exactly. Like, it's like, oh, like, why do we care? It's a video game. But then it's like, why do you care? It's a video game.
Yeah, I can see both sides. One, he's bored.
He's
Yeah.
got no friends.
Yeah, and then maybe he thinks this will give him some kind of legend among speedrunning, I guess.
I guess.
But and then I mean, it kind of has though. Like he's gonna be known as the cheating speedrunner.
Yeah, there was actually there was a moment in the speed run where somebody was kind of catching on, and he's like, there's like parts in the game where it's like an auto scroll, and he's
Right.
like, oh, in this auto scroll segment, just duck for me, and there's a bunch of coins that you can gather, and the kid's just like, no, I don't have time to duck, man. You got to get all the coins or you're weak, and it's just like
So,
he just changed the subject basically.
but I don't get that. Like, how did that prove that he was?
Yeah, I don't understand either.
Well, the guy was catching on that it was a recording. So he's like, duck, because it's an auto scroll, it won't lower your time.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the fact that he can't duck, and he made up some excuse where he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get all these coins.
Oh, okay. So like they were saying to him, you should duck in this part
Because
and he's
I
like,
think it's a recording.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we understand
That makes
now?
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is that's just, and then you know what, like the stories go on and on about all these people are getting discovered for cheating, but let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Actually very recently, a couple days ago I think,
Well,
Todd
let-
Rogers.
let me give a little bit of backstory.
Yeah,
here.
give a backstory on Todd Rogers.
Okay, Todd Rogers is basically a guy who was the first person ever to actually be sponsored by a video game company. Back in the 80s, he was sponsored by Activision. And, now this type of thing is commonplace. But he was the first, and he was a big-time player of old arcade games and Atari games and held a lot of world records that were recognized by Twin Galaxies, which is an authority since the 80s on basically tracking video game world records for any system you can imagine from the past to the present. They track the world records. And it came out recently that specifically there were a couple of Atari games that he got times on that when they analyzed the code of the game, they realized that to get these times is literally impossible. Just like based on the way the game is programmed, his supposed records were impossible. Like they could not be done. So
one game was Barnyard something.
Barnstormer. It's
okay.
Yeah.
So Barnstormer, Garrett, is a very simple game where you're an airplane. You're going from the left hand of the screen to the right hand of the screen, side, whatever. You have to go.
It sounds like what rural Nazis would be called, barnstormers.
You go. You have to move up and down, and when you move up and down, you slow down a little bit, but you have to go over like windmills, and you have to go down and under and through barns, and
hence the name of the fucking game. But yeah,
so
go on.
They put it on, like they have an emulator or a ROM of it. They took out all of the obstacles, so you could just go perfectly straight, so the perfect speed, and that was a slower time than what Todd Rogers had claimed to get.
So no one decided to, hey, I'm gonna watch Todd Rogers to make sure.
So this is how deep it goes.
This is the thing. Before, like the whole streaming thing is relatively not common,
new.
Relatively new. So prior to even 2010. A lot of these records that were submitted to Twin Galaxies, you were supposed to record a video of yourself playing and physically either email it to them or even physically mail them a copy of it.
Or send a picture of your final score.
Well, that's the thing.
Your computer or whatever.
That's the thing. A lot of times from a lot of people.
That's so easily doctored, though.
Well, that's the thing. for most people, they would not accept a photo. You had to send in a video.
But
because Todd Rogers was there from the beginning and was so well respected, they just accepted photos from him.
Now, a lot of Todd Rogers records, there was a Twin Galaxies referee present. And not only was this guy turned out to be a close friend of Todd Rogers, he's also now a convicted pedophile. He raped.
Okay, I'm not sure that correlates to him helping Todd Rogers cheat.
I don't think one has anything to do with.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it does. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that's the type of guy this Twin Galaxies referee is. He raped a little girl multiple times.
Well,
I still don't see the correlation between.
I didn't say there was a correlation. I'm just saying that's the kind of guy that helped Todd Rogers fake all these runs.
The what makes it seem like you think there's a correlation.
And the funny
come on, it's just fucking. I'm not saying it's connected, all right? I'm not saying it's connected.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what else can I
just say? All right, he's a piece of shit.
That's basically what I'm saying by calling him a fucking convicted pedophile.
The thing is, this all goes back to the Twin Galaxies community being very cliquish, kind of in the same way that adgq is now very cliquish. But with Twin Galaxies, it was like if you were somebody they liked, like Todd Rogers, you shit diamonds from a platinum asshole as far as they were concerned. And, they'd accept any record you claimed. But if you were somebody they didn't like, you had to jump through hoops. Because there was a guy who calls himself Mr. Awesome, who's claimed to have the world record on missile command. And for some reason, they never believed his record. And in light of all this recent stuff, like Todd Rogers getting caught cheating, you have to wonder, is his record bullshit, or did they just not like the guy?
Yeah.
Mr. Awesome, by the way, really a weird guy. Like, you think a lot of these, streamers and these old video game guys from the 80s, as you would expect, a lot of them are nerdy guys. But Mr. Awesome is basically a built-as-fuck guy who was a pickup artist before that type of shit was cool. He distributed this mail-to-order video in the
cool now, though.
Well, okay, it's not cool now, but it's popular now, somewhat popular now. But he distributed this mail-to-order video in the 80s where it's like him dressed up in like army fatigues, and he's like, "Attention, at ease." He's like, "All right, now I want you punk bastards to remember something. No man ever got himself a wild piece of ass by being sensitive and considerate." And he also sells this book through his website, which he calls something like the Celebrity Blowjob Gallery, because he claims, anyways, that in the 80s he lived in Hollywood and worked as a gigolo for both men and women. And he sometimes hooked up with celebrities, and when they were giving him a blowjob, he would sneak out a camera and take a photo of them. So he claims that if you buy this book, you'll see a bunch of photos of celebrities sucking them off.
I'm gonna start the same strategy. I'm gonna start selling this book, listeners, for $200 from all. I'm just gonna take pictures of all the celebrities that have given me blowjobs, and there'll just be a picture of them in this book.
It'll just be
$200. Just
just be those Photoshop pictures.
Oh, I actually heard. I was watching Philip DeFranco show the other day, and there's actually the technology now to basically there's a program where
you're talking about deep fakes.
Yes, dude. Like, you can find a celebrity picture, and then you can find like a porn that's close enough to represent them, and it'll basically put their face on the girl that was in the original porn.
Yeah. So
That's
people are making
cool.
people are making porn of like their favorite celebrities and like YouTubers and shit.
I feel like it goes to, this is starting to lead to the Futurama episode when Bender is with Lucy Liu. Is that who it is? He
Yeah.
downloads Lucy Liu's
I think-
profile onto that Android.
No, Fry does, but yeah, it's Lucy Liu.
Oh, Fry. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, they didn't ask to be naked in a porn, and like they aren't.
It's not really
but
them,
It's not, but like
but
you
at
could
the
say,
same time, well, and you know, people are going to go really far with it too. Like it's going to be like, you know, watch Katy Perry sucking off a dog or something.
like,
You know what I mean?
well, yeah, but I mean, even if they don't go that far, it's still kind of like really fucking creepy, and I don't agree
Well,
with it.
fake celebrity porn has been around for so long.
It has been, but it's never been this good.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't agree with it because like
I don't know. I see it as kind of a gray area, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it for a while to see where I stood on that.
Yeah.
they're not asking to be in porn, man. If they were, they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not them. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though.
So, back to the Todd Rogers thing. There was one record that he had, where the proof was a photo that had a coffee stain over the score. And that was the thing that Twin Galaxies held and was like, nope, this is proof that he got like a 5.1 or something. And it's like you can't even see the score.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because they liked him, you know, he could do no wrong.
And like,
And probably because he was sponsored by Activision too. That
and
sweetened the pot.
he posted a picture. He made like this long post about how, you know, he's not upset. He's like, I guess, proud of Twin Galaxies because they took off all his, you know, records or whatever, because they're cracking down on cheaters. And he was so pumped and ready to
Records again.
practice again and put on a live show where he gets, you know, this ungettable record again. But then he's backing out from it, and in the same post he's like, well, I was going to do a live show, but you know, I'm getting a lot of hate mail and my family's getting a lot of hate messages on the internet, and that's what like gaming's become. It's not about like, you know, having a good time anymore. It's just like, you know, full of hate. So he's just not gonna break this record live for anyone anymore because,
Well, in a way, he's right because everybody on the internet gets hate for everything. But at the same time, it's like, shut the fuck up. You cheated.
yeah, you
know.
cheated. Just like admit it. Just admit that you cheated. And with it, he posted a picture that's been proven that he doctored, that it's him standing in front of a TV with a photoshopped score. Like, the guy just can't, like, he just won't admit that he's full of shit. And, like, of course, there are still people who defend him. And I don't
Believe
get
his
that.
records, or
Yeah, they still believe he holds records. Like, people are just haters. So the biggest one that he held was Dragster, and that was the first one that kind of set people off. Was like, they did task runs, so tool assisted runs of it, and they couldn't get his record. And his thing was like, oh, I'm able to glitch the game and start in second gear. And people are like, okay, do it for us. And he can't do it.
no.
Yeah. And
Like,
like,
oh yeah, I can totally do this something, except whenever you ask me to prove it, and then I can't.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
to prove it.
there's literally a video of him like getting recorded trying to do this, and he's like, well, you know, this controller's all fucking wonky, and you know, you're talking to me. And it's
You're
just like,
talking to me.
you can't do it, man. Just like admit that you're a fucking cheater. I don't know, like this. Not that I ever tried to hold a record or ever be a part of any speedrunning community, but like it really is just like, because there's just every day there's some world record that's just getting proven to be faked.
Well, I mean, we've even got people on Twitch are constantly getting caught cheating. There's Chibi from the famous cringiest speedrun ever.
Oh, that was that one guy that got caught cheating, Dr. Disrespect, but that was a different kind of cheating. He was cheating on his wife.
Oh shit! Did he really?
Yeah, that's why like he came back. Actually, literally today was the first day back in like 2 months.
Okay, I was
But yeah,
wondering
he
why
stopped-
no one
he
talked about
streaming.
him.
He stopped streaming. Yeah, he said he was infidelity to his like unfaithfulness to his wife, something like that. Yeah, he was cheating on his wife.
Well, you're the biggest fucking streamer on Twitch. You're gonna get some pussy, man.
But yeah, like he
Oh,
released
yeah,
a
I can't think
video
of anything that
apologizing
makes
for it, and he was like crying in the
Panties
video
drop
and everything.
faster. Oh, he
But-
cried?
Yeah, he was crying. He's like, I'm really sorry. Like this wasn't what this
I've
isn't
lost your
what I want to be.
respect.
But yeah, I mean, hey Eric, you're not fucking married. Like he was.
No,
probably
I
really
mean-
sorry. Like Eric, don't make fun of him, because
I'm not
he's
making-
sorry
He's
for
a good
cheating on
dude.
his wife.
I'm not making fun of him for crying. I'm making fun of him for crying in front of his audience. Like, does nobody have the concept of, like, a personal life anymore?
I mean, he's pretty open with the fans. I mean, I don't see something like wrong with that. I mean, it's not like he posted his
shows.
address on.
He chose to be
Fucking
open
social
with
media.
it. I'm sure there's lots of speedrunners and celebrities that have shit going
Yeah,
on and
just
they don't
like-
tell anyone, but he chose
just-
to.
Just like that one YouTuber, Boogie, whatever the hell his name is.
The
Like
fat
he-
guy?
Yeah, he came out and was like, yeah, I'm having surgery to hopefully lose weight. Oh, me and my wife, we're getting divorced. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Oh, shit.
There's lots of people that are pretty open about, their lives. It's just because they don't want any secrets to get out. Because if that's just the thing though. Because if secrets get out, then
You
it's
look
like, oh, it
bad.
becomes a huge deal.
You
If
look
you come
bad.
out and say
yeah.
it yourself, it's like, okay, they're admitting that something was wrong, and they're taking credit. They're taking responsibility.
Yeah,
for it.
Eric, as somebody that doesn't watch Twitch, there are people that every day they stream, and they have people that watch them every day. So if he's gone,
They
if he's
recognize
gone,
multiple names in chat.
yeah, if he's gone for 2 months, and he's one of the biggest Twitch streamers, people are gonna be like, "Where the fuck did you go?" So he's like, "Listen, guys, like, cheated on my wife. I fucked up. I'm
Yeah.
sorry." Like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I think he peaked at around 300,000 viewers or something today.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
But,
That
in
boggles
other
the
news, real fast, Martin Crane has died. John,
Did he really?
No.
Yeah, he just died. I got a message on my phone.
mind. Oh, shit.
So-
That's
you
so sad, dude.
It is, but
He was
Now
a good actor.
he was.
yeah, he was great. He
Next
died
is-
yesterday, actually.
Next
so.
is gonna be Stan Lee, man. He's in the hospital.
I saw reports that he was out of the hospital and quote unquote feeling great.
Oh, okay.
Stan Lee's 95, so
Yeah, I mean, John Mahoney was only like 77.
yeah.
Jesus. Well,
But
rest
yeah.
in peace, my friend.
So next is actually gonna be Frasier that dies.
No, that one will be pretty upsetting for me.
Yeah, that one would be sad. Although, did you know Frasier? Like, I feel like the what's his actual name? God damn it,
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. Like, I have a weird feeling about Kelsey Grammer because like he's been accused of like cheating on his wives multiple times, and he's been married like
Yeah.
7 times.
He's
So I feel like Kelsey Grammer is like not a good person.
he's had a pretty messed up life.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. He did. I actually have
because he was
his,
an alcoholic too. I think.
I actually have his autobiography. Yeah, he was an alcoholic. He had a coke problem. His sister was violently murdered by criminals,
Oh shit.
and
Yeah,
his father was also murdered. Actually,
yeah.
He's-
Kelsey
okay.
Grammer's had quite the life, man.
Okay, I don't, okay. I take back my.
yeah.
He's a bad person. He's had a fucking
I
rough
think
life,
he's a
it
good
sounds like.
person that's just gone through hard times.
Yeah.
Well,
Shit.
we got off topic.
What were we
we were
talking
talking-
about? We were talking about.
Oh well, I was saying that Chibi got caught cheating on a
So,
stream.
yeah,
for
Chibi-
for Paper Mario 2, he basically did something that like is barely possible. Like he made a jump that's barely possible. So he made it and he had almost no reaction to it. Whereas like if you would have made that jump, you'd be like, holy shit, I made that fucking jump. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, it's a pretty long setup because like you have to go in and out of the room to like reset the mobs and stuff. And it's a frame perfect jump off of jumping on an enemy and then running away, and then you are able to jump again for like one frame after the battle's gone away or something. It's a pretty crazy trick. I did not explain it well, but yeah, it's something that tassers do, but no one. I don't think anyone really would.
You keep saying tassers. You never explain what a tasser is.
A tool assisted run. I did, kind of.
Oh,
right.
Well,
So like
I never heard you say that.
So a tool assisted run is basically on an emulator, and they slow down, and they play the game frame by frame to just make perfect movements. And it's recorded, and then it's played back in real time.
Oh, that sounds fucking odd. Why do people enjoy that?
I don't know.
People
That
really
sounds
like them.
Terrible.
I used to really like watching them, but then, you watch all your favorite games, and people find new stuff to task, like new routes and stuff, but not my thing so much anymore. So
That just sounds insane.
So yeah, Chibi was basically caught on Twitch. Everyone was right away. Some people were like, "Oh my god, you did it," and other people were like, "Bullshit." Oh, you know what it was? Is he used a cheating thing. His wasn't a recording. His was a cheating device.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just basically like cheated on camera.
And also,
I just wanted to say, so Chibi got famous from adgq, where he sat on the couch on another guy's speed run, and he basically just ruined it for him.
correct, because he didn't know the guy and he knew nothing about the game, and he was really awkward and cringy the whole time.
Like, there's a part where he's doing like jumping jacks. Like, it's crazy, that video.
And then there was some, I don't remember her name, I call them titty monsters. And before I get like the League of Offended Women after me, I know that like there are lots of girls who like are legit gamers and actually stream to play the game. But then there's titty monsters who just get a game that they're competent at and sit there with their jugs hanging out, and lonely virgins donate them money because it's the closest they'll ever get to a woman, except the time they were born. And she got caught cheating at some game. She got caught cheating at some game, basically. She had a cheat enabled where she could see wireframes through walls. So basically she could tell where her opponents were. And then when she got caught doing it, she was like, "Oh, my sister was using my computer before me. She must have enabled this cheat and I didn't notice." And it's like, how the fuck wouldn't you notice that you could see people through walls, you lying sack of shit?
Well, but like, was she like attempting a speed run? Like,
she wasn't attempting a speed run. I don't know what she was doing, but she got caught cheating and people called her out on it, and she just had the flimsiest excuse in the fucking world.
Interesting. Just because, like, I feel like they would have caught her cheating within a second.
No, they were looking at her breasts, Mike.
Yeah. It took them a while to fucking actually see there's a game going on here.
It's probably Overwatch or some shit.
I just saw a pair of barely covered jugs swaying in front of the screen with a fucking 2-pixel video game in the corner.
And for some reason, I'd rather watch, girls in scantily clad clothing than just porn,
Yeah, somehow watching a chick play video games scantily clad is better than watching one get railed on video. Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't get it. I totally don't get it. If you're gonna watch that, you must go all the way and watch porn.
Well, I guess like I don't know, like
But she might say my name if I donate her $50.
no, but like okay, but like is that so much better than like just watching some dude? Like you're just
But you're not watching the dude for like. I mean, unless you are. If you're watching the dude because he's attractive and good looking, then I guess it's the kind of the same. But I wouldn't compare them.
if you're
the
just
same way.
if you're not
But you don't
if
see
you're
many.
just, if you're just
You don't see many half-naked dudes streaming.
I know, but if you're just wasting fucking time at your house on Twitch and you want to look at some girl, then whatever. I don't give a shit. I think it's stupid.
I don't give a shit. People
I think
can
it's
do what they want. I'm
I
not
think
saying
it's
it should be
stupid.
illegal. I'm just saying I think it's dumb.
I think it's stupid because a lot of there's been like guys who got banned off Twitch because they had like a nip slip because they're wearing a tank top or some shit. But there are girls showing off basically not everything, but basically everything, and they don't get banned. There's a lot of favoritism.
There's some restrictions on Twitch. Like you can't. Women have to wear like a certain style of clothing. Like they can't. There's something that Twitch did to prevent. Like who's that one?
Even with their preventions, there's still a lot of favoritism within the Twitch community and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I would agree with you, Mike. Also, it doesn't really fucking matter. I'm not the one watching it, and like they're making money off of it, I guess. So, kudos to them for making money off of
personally
guys that want to pay to look at them. I guess.
Like personally, like if I'm in the mood for video games, I will watch somebody Twitch stream. But if I do want to look at a girl, and not that I do, but I would go to like Chatterbait or like Cam Soda or something. Because like,
Yeah.
I honestly like if other people are into just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Twitch and look at this chick, whatever. But I just think I just think you're being a little too harsh on people.
She said my name once, and all it cost me was a quarter of my paycheck.
Because some of these
Twitch
Twitch
people
streamers,
donate like $4.
Some of these Twitch streamers also have Patreons where you can subscribe to their Patreon and they will send nudes. Like they have photo shoots where they're either just wearing like bra and panties or they are nude. So like, because I see some of that shit and I'm like, what the fuck?
What's her face?
How is
a
this a
Twitch streamer?
Patreon? Who?
Mia Khalifa?
She's not a fucking Twitch
Yeah.
streamer. No.
Yeah, she's been like she's a Twitch streamer now, and she I don't know if she personally does Twitch. I think she does, but like, do you know Soda Poppin'?
Oh yeah.
She was been like on his stream and stuff.
Oh no, I did know that she was on his stream. I only saw it once, but I thought it was just a one-off thing.
I think it's been a handful of times. Yeah. I don't know if she does actually. Now that I think about it,
I found her Twitch, so I am now following her.
There you go.
We shall see if she does indeed stream.
Good for her.
More like a stream of urine into her mouth. I'm just kidding. I don't know if she did anything that hardcore.
You're too harsh.
She
sometimes.
just
It's a joke.
She just took the BBCs, Eric. All right, that's all she did.
Fucking joke.
You guys are too harsh. She quit the porn industry because she felt like it was too degrading to women. Good for her.
I mean, I thought she came back though after she quit.
I don't think she has.
Okay, well, I don't know then.
I think she does cam shows, but those are probably pretty expensive. Anyways,
Probably.
this is just
This has gotten off topic, but
wilding out. It is just spinning out of control. But you know what? We're at the 44-minute mark, so let's say goodnight to our viewers.
Good night, viewers.
Good.
I hope you have a nice night full of wet dreams.
So yeah, go watch your male streamer or your female streamer, whatever the fuck you're into.
Go watch whatever you want. If you want to go,
give them a nice little donation. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, a share. If we have our Patreon up, join our Patreon.
Yeah, we don't have it up currently, but hopefully in the future we'll get enough people to have one so that this saying, "Hey, go follow our Patreon" is relevant. But
Yeah.
you know,
Who knows? Okay, bye. Bye
See ya.
bye.
See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye 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 bye.